In this video, we're taking a look at green dragons. I'll put up the stats I had and the gear set I used up on the screen. I'm not exactly sure if you should be using like full rune or dragon hide or what, but it did feel like the dragon breath was doing more damage to me sometimes than the actual melee attacks. That also depends on your defense level, I suppose. I was also doing this pretty early in the morning, or early morning here at least, so I felt pretty safe using this setup. I guess I would have lost a ring of wealth if I died, but it's unlikely that I would get PK'd anyways. It's only like 10 wilderness levels to 30 where you can escape with glory. Teleporting with glory in combat is kind of annoying though, because you have to unequip it and then you need to rub it and click edge will fast, or I guess in panic you could pick any option just to get away, but yeah, I felt pretty safe. The XP per hour was decent. We killed them for around 80 minutes, and from checking my video, it seems like banking took me around 4 minutes. 4 minutes from leaving the dragons to being back at the dragons. I'm not sure if banking through Mage Bank would be faster. I would say probably not. It's probably around the same. But I did use a glory teleport to TP to Edgeville and then walk back. I only have one glory right now, so the 80 minutes is using 4 glory charges. So one trip took me around 20 minutes total. We got around 20k strength XP an hour. And again, that's not bad in my opinion, and I was also burying all of the bones, which gained me around 4.7k prayer XP an hour. If you have lower stats or you want to bank the bones, that would be fine as well, because I had to use almost a full inventory of lobsters to be able to fill my inventory with dragon hides and a few other select loot. Sometimes I almost ran out of food. The best inventory setup I found was to use 2 dose potions, so I could drink them both while doing the one inventory, and then I could drop the vials and fill those with loot as well. The loot was better than I expected, to be honest. I did also use around 90 lobsters while doing this, so if you deduct those from the total income, it would be like 12,000 GP less, but even then it's pretty good money. We also did get a nature talisman, which you probably won't get every hour, but even without that, it's like 110,000 an hour with my stats. Most of the money is, of course, from the dragon hides, which are currently being bought at 1.5k each, but I will probably use them myself in the near future. From what I've heard, the dragon hide alch prices will go up in a future patch. So I hope that's gonna come with the next update, which is special attacks and whatnot. I might save my hides, or I might craft them before that, but I'm gonna save the alching for the patch where they increase the prices. We also did get some runes. It's debatable, like if everything else other than the hides is worth picking up, but most of the stuff I picked up was just because I ran out of food and I needed something to fill my inventory with. The unidentified herbs, for example, were ones that I couldn't identify, so they're probably worth more than 700. Also gems, probably not worth picking up. Maybe rubies and diamonds, but I do want them for crafting experience anyways, so I don't really mind. The GP was mostly just GP from the dragons, but I did also pick up some adamant bull helms, like 2 mithril kite shields and a mithril spear as well, which I alched and deducted the nature rune cost from. So that brings the total GP to around 190,000, with around 140,000 being the GP per hour. And to be honest, I'm pretty pleasantly surprised. I thought it would take me longer to bank. 4 minutes didn't seem like a lot while doing this. And it's a pretty chill spot. I wouldn't be too worried about PKers, for example, before special attacks come out. Maybe if you do this on like a weekend at prime time, there might be some PKers, but it's also pretty easy to escape, especially if you opt into bringing like a Camelot teleport with you, so you can run into level 20 wilderness or Maybe you could run into even King Black Dragon and TP out from there if you are fumbling with the glory. Worth checking out where multi-zones are and avoiding those. I guess if you also want to pick up the bones and bank them, that could probably bring up your GP per hour up quite a bit, but it would mean that your trips last half as long as mine did. So the percentage of time you use for banking would increase as well, which cuts down on the efficiency. Green dragons can also drop clues at 1 out of 128, so they are one of the better spots for clues. If you want to do clue hunting, you could also consider ranging them from a safe spot and not picking up the hides, just burying the bones and picking up stuff like nature runes and other rare drops, and then doing the clue straight away since you would already be in wilderness anyways. You could bring like 20 sharks and you would probably feel pretty safe that way. I would imagine that could be pretty insane GP per hour. There are like a few good safe spots. There's at least 2 dragons that are next to each other near the huge like bone carcass thing where you can safe spot with magic short bow even. Yeah, I think that's about it. So looks like a pretty good spot. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this much more, maybe. And yeah, thanks for watching. And keep tuned for more videos and live streams.